Boom. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Fat Earth Podcast. Number 6 in 6 days. We're getting fucking crazy over here.
You would have thought I lost my job, but no, it's a virus.
Yeah. You would think something's going on outside like an apocalypse, but no, it's just every day.
I just keep calling off sick, not feeling good.
Dude, they're saying 3 more months of this, so we might have 100 podcasts in the can by the time this fucker's done.
Well, it's like from the beginning, it depends on where you get your news, you know? You ask one
Right.
doctor, this guy says it's not a big deal. You ask another one, the guy goes, 2021 will reopen America. Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, again, it is a
Sucks.
big deal in the sense that
Mm-hmm.
a lot of people are going to get sick and then the hospitals are getting overcrowded. But as far as the death rate, it's only like 2% of people that get it. It's blurred, bro. It's blurred.
Shout out. Match it to my sweatshirt then. Shout out to
Yeah.
my cousins that got married in June 8th of 2019. Gave me a koozie. This
Back
thing's
in the
going to
time when you
work.
back in the time when you could have a wedding in the summertime.
Mm-hmm. When you didn't have to do it in the dwellings of your own home with zero guests and barely an ordained minister there to put the thing on.
Yeah. You get your wedding band live on Skype. Everybody listen up. These fuckers are playing through the internet now.
That's what I should do. I should marry Ashley during this hoopla so it costs like nothing. I'll get her a construction paper ring, tell her all the jewelers
Jesus.
are closed. What do you want me to do? We got to make do with this for the next couple of years till this Corona thing's totally done. I don't want a chance. It'll get you a nice ring in a decade, but I got you a construction paper ring and we don't have any guests right now. We're just going to
So
do this thing.
lollipop. Are you talking about getting married or
Yeah, it's in the air, my man.
how
I'm
long you
gonna
guys
need a
been together?
photographer and a videographer if you know anybody. Put that word out
Yeah.
there.
All right.
Someone affordable but good.
Yeah, I hear ya.
No,
Well, I consider myself shit, so, you're always your own
I know
worst
you do.
enemy.
No, not everyone. You fucking sometimes don't realize the talent.
Yeah.
9 years, my man.
Nice. My buddy is getting married in California. He's been with his girlfriend for 10.
Yeah, I
So,
feel like we don't jump, dude. I gotta listen to this shit all the time. I go, dude, Gene
yeah, that
Simmons waited like 20 years. What are you on my job for?
yeah, if you got somebody special, hold on tight cuz well, we're not going to go down that rabbit hole, but yeah, she's a good girl. She lets you have your freedom and do your own thing and have fun. That's what it's all about.
Well, either that's the case or she's blind, deaf, and dumb and doesn't understand all the shit I do.
No,
But I'm
she's
pretty
she's
sure
she's
it's the
she's well
first one.
aware. Yeah,
When
when we were
she's
over there singing some, we were doing the titties and grits. She's like, just pops her head and then laughs.
yeah, and she ended up coming clean on Skin Mint after it posted. She goes, "I like this a lot." I go, "What?
Nice.
You gave me so much beef on it on a." She goes, "Well, the topic I'm not a fan of, but the production,
Right.
the way you guys do it, and it's funny." And I said, "All right, well." She
Yeah,
found
I was
positives about
apprehensive
having
about
me.
it for sure, but I was looking up some actual like real legitimate rappers and some of the graphic nature of their tunes, and it actually blew me away. But the thing with them is sometimes they're going so fast or they're mumbling, you can't even really tell what they're saying.
Yeah, true. And I mean, I think a lot of that is going to translate into today's topic, best comedic, not just music, but groups.
Right.
Or I have on top of my head a couple songs.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
and some of these groups, that's what we're talking about, people, just so you get clued in after that long intro. Um,
That's where I was going with it.
I know you were. I knew you were. I saw that transition happening. But some of these bands I'm going to mention that came up on the research list that I did, excuse me, I did not think of as their main objective was comedy. But as
Okay.
I did more Wikipedia research on especially some of these bands I'm going to mention, lo and behold, now some of them had in between funny music videos that you would see once in a while. As an example, Blink 182, not really a
Yeah,
comedic
that's
group, right? I mean,
uh-huh.
but like everything we've talked about this week, some of this stuff's going to float amongst different genres. I think that's a lot of things in life. No one really wants to be pigeonholed, but that's just an example. Blink 182, great, hilarious video where they're running through the streets naked, playing their instruments, and that was funny. So I no, they're not going to make my list for comedic group because I don't consider them that. Whoa, excuse me. But I'm throwing it out there that there's some people that apparently by these lists are being taken as that, and they were on a list on ranker.com
Oh wow. Yeah, I
for
would
a
never put
comedic
them in
group.
that.
I know, right? So
Because even like a band like Foo Fighters, they have a bunch of comedic based music videos, but they're by no means a comedic band. So,
let me ask you this. Let me get the spectrum.
oh, we're
Uh,
on the spectrum, ladies and gentlemen.
Beastie Boys. I mean, music videos were
Yeah.
almost all comedic, but they had
Right.
some deep raps too. And I think there's some people in the cities or the boroughs or the areas or the what they were talking about in some of the raps that would be offended to think that they're just comedy. But how can you sabotage? How the fuck could you decline that was not just comedy? That was fucking hilarious music video. Even
Or
Fight for
that
Your
song
Right.
Girls. And
Yep.
in the morning it's girls. Do, 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 do. Yeah, they have a little bit of that in them. For sure.
Intergalactic, a lot of
Yeah.
comedy in that music video. You know, even their newer shit. What a tragedy as far as their group, because I really grew up in their heyday and liked them a lot, and never had a chance to see them live. So that didn't come out in any of our music talk. But I like the Beastie Boys a lot. I always thought they had a sweet niche.
Yeah, before Eminem, they were like the white rappers or hip hop. I think they actually incorporate a lot of styles in their music, but definitely a hip hop group.
And I don't have a lot of hip hop, speaking of that, on here. But I mean, Sir Mix-a-Lot.
Yeah.
I do have another rapper that floats between and very funny in a lot of his raps, Colt 45, because I get
Yeah,
high, Afro
that's
Man.
comedy. Yeah. I would agree with that one. I would put that in
Okay,
the comedic genre for sure.
okay, I like it. Um, ICP, they had some funny raps, but I think most of their shit was dark, and so I don't think they make the list, even though they're funny as hell. And
Whoop
that
whoop.
to watch them, magnets. How do those work?
These guys are spraying their audience with Fago pop and shit. They're Detroit boys like us, so we got to paint our faces to make it. Apparently.
Well, I don't know if it's what we went for, but a lot of people keep telling us we sound like them with titties and grits and skin mitts. So that's probably bad. But I'll tell you this: everything comes back in fruition. Everything comes in a cycle, right? So
Right.
they've been riding the pine for about a decade. So if we're the ones that bring the style back and can uh, can make money off it, or be uh, continue to fund our projects, no better than that. So I almost
I
take it as
don't
a
listen to
compliment.
him, so I don't think that I'm not influenced by him one bit because I've never really listened to him. I don't maybe there's some kind of Detroit
Subliminal.
theme
No,
within our
I am.
music. I don't even
It's
know.
what comes out for me because I did listen. Like I said, I've never seen them live, but I have listened to them. I first heard them when I was 12 years old in my cousin's back in my cousin's Wrangler. I go, who the
Yeah.
hell is this? Like I knew if my parents found it, it's just like watching the cheater box for comedy. Like I was talking about the other night. It's almost that thing. Like if they tell you not to date that girl, that's the girl you want to fucking marry. Well, it was the same thing. And my parents found out I was listening to ICP. But my mom was so cool. I remember we used to rollerblade in the backyard. I'd put my boombox up in the window and be blasting Joker's Wild, which is one of their CDs, in the back. And it is graphic. I mean,
Yeah.
they are to the max as far as that goes. But it's hilarious. I mean,
Yeah, the
I love.
Gathering of the Juggalos. You ever know? Have you ever been to that or read about
No,
that?
no. I never had the audacity because I knew the animal. I knew I was on the right wing side of this group of individuals, or more studious or
Uh-huh.
conservative. I did not want to be in a mosh pit. I'd never been in a mosh pit. I didn't ever want to see ICP live. It's like Gallagher. If I got to be under a fucking tarp for your show, I'm not your demographic. I want to be able to
Yeah.
go out. I don't want to be sardined. I don't want to be bumped. I sure as fuck don't want to be sprayed with any kind of liquid item. Uh,
Yeah.
so that's not my
Tila
cup of tea.
Tequila. Tila Tequila what played one of their shows, and I think people actually threw human shit at her. So chew
Right.
on that.
Yeah, she probably did, but it's not my. I'm not a water sports guy, contrary to
Uh,
Skin Mint. You know,
uh,
golden
fucking
showers at
waterboarding.
Eiffel Tower.
Yeah. Beautiful. Well, I think one of my main influences for that rap stuff is The Lonely Island. Those guys are hilarious.
Fucking great. Came out at a perfect time to strike while the iron was hot. And Andy Samberg, I feel like he had those guys on his sideline the same way. Let's say you made SNL, we would still be talking and we would still talk humor, and I would even pick your brain even more, right? And then if you had the financial capabilities 4 years down the line to say, James, all right, let's do our own band. I'm kind of winding down from SNL. Let's put this thing back together. And that's kind of how I felt that went. And I love his writing. He's fucking
I
hilarious.
think Lorne
Music and
Michaels actually hired them as a package as writers at first.
I
Him,
would believe it.
Yorma, yeah, because they were doing YouTube videos and shorts, and
Yeah.
that was actually how Lorne Michaels got wind of them. I'm not exactly sure if Sandberg tried out individually, but I think they were hired as a package deal.
Well, let me just put it out there. I don't really care what Lauren Michaels' political views are. I would love for you to check out our short videos and say what up. James Marchetti,
Right.
Grand Blanc, Michigan. How you doing?
Boom. Hey, Lauren.
Lauren. It's a man. Oh, fuck. It's Lauren.
Lauren, Dana, all those guys.
Yeah. Well, I like the Lonely Island a ton. I remember I got their album right away, like week one. They came out when I could still go to a fucking CD store and buy it, but those times have
Damn.
changed. And I got for my birthday from my sister, a smart girl, got me their second album. Uh, and so that was really cool. I like them a lot. I think their writing's great. Their music videos are fucking hilarious. So they're at
Yeah,
the
they're
top of
they're
my
a different
list.
level with Timberlake. They really ramped up that sound quality when you got a producer like of that quality. Because I was listening after we've done some of our raps, they're very bare bone, and then you listen to their production quality and you're just like, wow, that's very very involved.
Yeah. Yeah, well, definitely they had more resources thrown at them, but God bless Mac Tech. Thank you for hooking us up.
Yeah,
All right, well then go back long before them. And there are there your is that your favorite? You're naming right off the bat, or that you're just throwing a name out?
that's one of my top three. We won't go that deep in this, but yeah, that's one of
He
my
raised
top
the
three.
eyebrows, so I do believe him, folks. He gave a what a lawyer would call as an honest. Just yeah,
Honest Dog.
he goes. They are my top three. Definitely. Okay, so are solo artists allowed? Because I feel like I know where you'll wind up, but in the meantime, 80s, I've mentioned multiple quotes from the movie uh, Spinal Tap. They actually
Yeah.
went on tour. They definitely were a band that either capitalized or became. Were they going before the movie or did they?
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, right. So they capitalized on the movie. Rob Reiner does a great job on it, right? That's one of his babies, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh yeah. So
I
ahead
don't
of
know
its
if he
time.
directed it, but I know he produced it.
Yeah. I Spinal Tap, fucking hilarious. Obviously, some of you new school young bucks. If you haven't seen it, go and check it out. A docu fake movie from back in the I want to say 80s, right? Was it real early 90s?
Mockumentary.
Yeah,
I think it's the
mockumentary.
80s. Yeah, have you ever heard of the band Steel Panther?
Yeah, so they're on my list. Steel Panther,
Okay.
huge in LA, glam
Right.
rock. Yeah, oh yeah,
Yeah,
oh yeah.
yeah.
I like Steel Panther.
Guys are stuffing their fucking pants, that's for sure.
That's a 2000 edition of Spinal Tap, and maybe more young people
Right.
know them too. Yeah,
Yeah, they're capitalizing on rolling on that 80s train.
similar. Where we just named two, two that kind of Jesus. Sorry, man. Tonight we named two that kind of own the genre that they were playing in. Flight of the Concords. Were
Yeah.
you a folk fan or what?
I do. I like them. I liked when their show. I never heard of them until their show on HBO, and then they're a pretty good example of more of a mild approach, just being goofy, which I respect that. And you don't have to get vulgar. And maybe we should take some cards out of their book because they do a good job of just being, actually creative and not pushing it with the swear words and stuff.
Well, the next one we need to tone down. In fact, I know, I want to include Dakota
Yeah.
esque song, but I definitely think we should try and hit. You can watch this anywhere, comedic, if it's the dad bods or wherever our head was. But yeah, definitely. I feel like we've ramped it up now to what we'll probably consider maybe not in the future, but probably the ceiling of inappropriateness.
Yeah,
And
I
then
was a little nervous about putting it out. I feel, I mean, I'm proud of the work, but at the same time, if you really get into it, it's a little much.
I
Um,
haven't shared it because of that under my own
yeah,
name.
right.
Um,
I don't blame you.
other than a site I know isn't like my family on looking. But when I watch it more and more, and when I do research for topics like this, I realize, dude, it's not that vicious at all. It's not that inappropriate. Um, you know, I like Big Butts had a lot of stuff in it and innuendos that were scandalous, and you could watch that on daytime TV on MTV. So,
Yeah.
I
Well,
I
if you
feel
look back
like
on the Lampoons, the National Lampoons, when they started, they were pushing the envelope like a motherfucker. Hate to bring that movie back up, a stupid, futile gesture. Uh, but I was just like, wow, I don't even know why I was questioning it. These guys they were just pushing it to the absolute limit, and people, they like that shit. We're not being like malicious or anything. We're not like trying to hurt people or harm people or being racist or anything that's frowned upon. We're just being goofy. Plus, it's our alter ego. Anyone that says to you, "I can't believe you said that," it's like, look, man, these are rappers. These are
characters.
characters that we play.
Yeah.
Just because you play a gay guy like in Brokeback Mountain, those guys aren't gay, but it's a character they're playing. So you could be you could be a fucking bigot, or you could be an asshole on screen. That's just the character. But at the same time, you don't want to push people away, so they're not watching. You want to be somewhat inviting. So
It's hard
yeah,
on our channel to decipher, to be dead honest, because we're, like I said the other night, we were throwing so much at the dartboard. Maybe that gets convoluted, but yeah, you're right. 100% we're a character. If you think I'm Samsonelli, or if you think I'm Jimbo Detroit
yeah,
24/7, well, I'm close, but it ain't me.
yeah. Maybe back in the days when I was partying all the time, but I've
You
had
like a
some
skin mitt?
I've had some eye-opening experiences in my life, and again, I want to be nice to humans. I want to help people get through the day, and we don't make that shit to be malicious. We make it so people laugh.
I hope that has to be, people have to know that. I mean,
Yeah. It's
let's be honest.
it's not
We've
like
talked
we're
about
just like
tits and we've talked
dabbling in
about
it.
vagina. I mean, it ain't
Yeah,
that bad.
right. And the next one's about the male body and all its fucking wonder. Nice and hairy, and I can't wait for that. Have you read the lyrics for the dad bods at all? Is
Yeah,
it's
but it's
pretty
been a
simple.
second. I talked to him yesterday, though. He said, great job on the video. And the only thing he was disappointed in is that we didn't have guitar representation. He said, I thought you guys were
Yeah.
going to have Mac there playing guitar. I said, it fell through. I said, we had to move on. We had a day of shooting, and that's what had to be done. Isn't that the case? Uh,
Uh-huh.
who's ready, right? So,
It's
um,
also funny that those masks we got, those things are very valuable
real
now. I'd
hot
sell those on the
items now.
black
Yeah.
market for $10,000 a pop, baby.
I'm watching these videos now. I go, holy shit, dude. It was perfect timing as far as medical masks go. And people got to think we fucking hunted all over the place for that.
Yeah. Well, my sister works for a pediatrician. She hooked us up with a couple. I'm sure they're actually wanting those back now, but we soiled them. We soiled them up good.
I was sweating
Wonderful.
like a wombat when I did the dance scene. You don't
That's
want
our
that back
workout for the
now
week.
for the month.
When are we going to get into the big boys? My favorite, Tenacious D.
Yep, I knew it. I was gonna put Sandler. I thought Sandler was maybe your favorite, but Tenacious D, I had you for second. I could see it. I love it. They're
Chandler doesn't do anything anymore.
well, no, but he still is. It doesn't matter. It's Tenacious D.
Yeah, they're on tour. They
I
were
really
on tour when
thought that'd
tours
be
were,
great. That'd be a
man.
great show when
Oh, I
tours were a
would.
thing.
Yeah, if we could open up for them. Hey, Jack Black, let me know if you guys need a little white rap group to open up for you guys.
Not only that, I mean, just to see them, I would love. But yeah, they're probably my number one too. I love them. Funny is, I have more Lonely Island CDs than I do Tenacious D. But first one that ever got me started in listening to any kind of comedy or that was Sandler. Uh,
Okay, good. I thought you were gonna say Weird Al.
no, no, I have heard all of his shit, but I don't think I've ever owned one of his CDs. It always seemed like that shit you just watch on YouTube, get your fix, or see it on
Yeah,
MTV, really school, and be done with it. But and shout out to Weird Al. He
yeah,
arguably helped start a
he's the
lot of this.
beginning of it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
to make that size living, doing parodies
right.
and having the artist blessing. I mean, I know Bad was or Fat for Weird Al was shelved several times because Michael Jackson said no.
Right.
And I never got to the final end of the story because some say to this day that Michael had always said no, but Weird Al said, fucking, I'm doing it anyways. But from Weird Al, he he says that he did get a blessing to do it, but there was
Yeah,
legal
that's what I understand.
ramifications after and that too. So
He does parodies. These other groups that we're talking about write original music. I respect that a little more because I did write a parody to The Offspring. You got to keep them separated. You got to
I
keep
don't.
on masturbating. It's a lot easier when you have the framework with it already put in front of you, and you have to come up with your own music and
Okay.
your own. I don't know. I think it's harder and more creative. I respect those artists way more, but not the poo poo on old Weird Al. I never was a big Weird Al fan. It's a little too foo foo for me.
Big wrong, wrong. I would definitely a million times bigger Adam Sandler music CD fan. It was fucking, dude. When my shitty car song came
Yeah.
out,
Ode to
um,
Ode to My Car. Yeah, piece of
yeah,
shit car.
piece of shit, and the
Medium pace
goat.
is the pusher.
I liked the
Shove that
skits too,
shampoo bottle up my ass. Yeah.
not just the not just the songs, but he always had a good amount of good songs in there. I gotta dig those CDs up, man. It's been a long time since I heard those. But you button hooked me. I didn't know you was gonna fucking button hook me.
Yeah,
The
the goat.
goat.
That's classic.
Fucking great.
Because when we used to go on our canoe trip, we didn't have any TVs or anything. We'd play comedy albums, and Sandler was right there. It's your childhood's so important. You never realize it until you're older that all the stuff you're listening to. I remember I bought one of the Adam Sandler CDs, or I was trying to at Harmony House, and it's a parental guidance CD. My mom was there, like standing at the counter with me, and I knew the guy was gonna ask me. So while we were in line, I kept saying, "All right, mom." I like to let him know that was my mom, so he wouldn't ask me, "Is this your mom?" And it actually worked. I got the CD back, and I listened to it with headphones, obviously. But I left. I went to my friend's house, came back. My mom opened the thing up. My mom's a pretty. She's a Christian woman. She doesn't like the graphic, which is kind of contradictory to the way I actually am. But she listened to it and was just fucking appalled, dude. She couldn't believe this is the first album. They're all gonna laugh at you. She
Yeah.
couldn't believe what was on this album.
And you got to keep it, or that was the end of you listening to
I
that?
think she broke it. I think she took it and shattered it. But then I needed to get it back. I tried to. I figured out
Old
a way to
school
get the thing
parents,
back.
dude. Yeah,
Yeah,
old school parents, dude. I'm breaking the fucking thing.
yeah. So she didn't let me. She didn't want me to watch like The Simpsons. She thought The
Yeah,
Simpsons
yeah.
were
My dad,
offensive.
my dad and your mom are identical. Yeah.
Maybe we should hook them up.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if I want two sources of it telling me fat Earth's
Could
not
you
allowed.
imagine that?
You're not still wasting your time on that hobby, are you? Nope. Nope. Done, done for a while, pops.
Is that what you said
Salute.
to him?
Oh no, I just tell him, or Mary or my sister, be like, he's got a real new vulgar song out, Dad. Stay far away from it. And
Yeah.
he'll be like, "Oh, I'm not gonna. I will not stumble into that. I will not fall into that. Just keep it clean on your Facebook." I'm like, "Okay, I got you."
We had a going away party for my cousin Nick, and when we went to my cousin Jason's house, this guy pulled up titties and grits for the whole party.
Iggy did that for
I
us.
I, I hate watching shit like I don't want to watch
Oh,
people's
I'm super
reaction to.
embarrassed.
Yeah, I don't. No matter what it is, even if I'm like super proud of it, everyone was laughing. You
How
got to
funny
kind of
is
just get
that?
used to
Yeah,
it.
I know, but I hate it.
Yeah, it's tough when it's easy on YouTube. You can put it out there and then just wait for people to either like it or not. But when you're right there watching it with them, that's why I
Oh, I
can't
red
even
cheek.
fathom.
I
Yeah,
get
like
ready
making a
or red cheek.
movie and watching the movie with with an audience, because
Or
that's like
or
a
even
10
the
times.
cast. I put myself in their shoes too at times, and I like going to a premiere and seeing how the director used your shit and that, and knowing it was 8 months ago, 6 months ago that you filmed it and that. But I don't know. Yeah, that is a weird mental area. But I hate seeing it. Like I'll walk up and people will be watching it at work, and it's
Yeah.
just the oddest. Like, oh, and I'll be like, oh shit, like.
Like you want to revel in the appreciation of your work, but at the same time you're just kind of not embarrassed by it. You're just like, I don't know. I don't even know
I
what
would say
the
it's embarrassed, but I don't know what the level of embarrassment. It's not like you're proud, so it's not like I'm embarrassed I put my name on this, but at the same time, it's like, are they going to hate it? What are they thinking? Especially when they have that like no reaction face on, just like, And
Right.
watching it so seriously, it's like I'll
Well,
look over
comedy
at
is
them.
super hard because you're waiting for the laugh to come, and then when it don't come, you feel like shit.
So you know what? I mean, maybe it's an embarrassing technique. I laugh at the parts you're supposed to laugh at,
Yeah,
and
get
maybe
them going.
that helps drain that out. No, I paid more attention to my cue, I feel like, than
Uh-huh.
theirs. So it confuses my brain to be like, I don't fucking even hear if they were laughing a little bit underneath my laugh, weren't they? I was
Yeah.
loud enough to be able to kind of hear them. I think they laughed there, but maybe it was all me. Who knows? Who cares? Fuck it. We're past it.
Well, that's a big part of like going to see like a live comedian. Everybody's that when you go to a comedy, place, people are expecting to laugh. So I feel like it's a little easier to get laughs because once it's almost contagious.
Yeah, it's a different atmosphere for sure. That happened to me at Carrot Top, going back to that story. Like I said, I walked in being like, this is gonna suck. I was in a good mood. I was ready to go out for the night, but I was just like, dude, fucking Carrot Top, how'd I get wrapped into this fucking thing? It was
Yeah.
30 minutes away, we drove. And well, I got a little buzz on. I was still thinking, like, fuck, dude, this is Carrot Top, bro. What the fuck is this about to be? And then
Uh-huh.
to 180 it and laugh my ass off start to finish was took a lot out of me too, though. Like I
Oh
literally
yeah.
you feel drained, but it felt good.
Yeah. Yeah. Laughter's some of the best medicine, that's for sure.
All right, so
Coming in from Dr. Fungus. Dr. Fungus.
paging, paging Dr. Fungus, floor 3 for skin mitt dripping wet.
Jeez. What else you got on your little portfolio there?
Well, I have some that float around, but
Yeah.
uh, Kid and Play rappers ended up making the movies. If you remember them, they do the
Oh yeah.
dance. So I don't know. They're
Are they
on Ranker's
comedians?
list. That's what I'm saying. Some of these are playing too many avenues. I feel like they were more serious rap for most of their time, but
Because then you could say like Fresh Prince, Will Smith back in the day.
see, I think he is. And I
Yeah.
think that, I mean, unfortunately, too, the stigma of the show and it being comedic ends up playing a role, whether you like it or not, into some of their
Well,
extracurricular
he
early
wrote the
music.
theme song for God's sake. Him and Jazzy Jeff.
You know, Quincy Jones.
Quincy Jones just making money on all that shit.
I think Quincy Jones met Will Smith and was like, this dude's got to be on TV. I'm building a show around him.
I love Fresh Prince. That's some of my uh inspiration for
Well, you
comedic
used to
fucking
watch
alias.
Moesha, and then you would
Again
stick
with
around
the
and watch fatter,
CW.
fatter, watch Fresh Prince.
No, no, Fresh Prince was before Moesha. He was the
Right.
beginning of all that.
Blacks having sitcoms, or what? What are you saying?
No, like hip hop artists getting acting gigs in sitcoms.
Ray
Of course,
J,
he's got to go that far. Yeah, Ray J.
Kim Kardashian. Sorry, Kwame.
Right.
Kanye. Kwame. Christ, I'm all over
Wow.
the fucking place
Wow.
tonight. There's not a lot in this group. It's not a long conversation. We've had a lot of filler because that's what we would need. Because name a couple names to me. I don't have a ton. I had to pick from different genres just to get enough in the basket.
You know who
Lonely
Stephen
Island.
Wright is?
Yep. Okay. Yeah.
That
Political.
guy's like an acoustic guitar jokester. Wait, is it Stephen? Hold on a second. Let me look this up.
Stephen Wright. Is that not also the dude's name of the actor that laid on the couch in Half Baked?
Yeah, there is a comedian named that.
Yeah. Yeah. That's him. That's on the couch in Half Baked. He's all dry humor. What
Yeah.
day is it?
I don't think this Stephen Wright is who I'm thinking of.
Who's the political piano player that fucking does shows at like the Fox but he's from DC and does a bunch of like makes fun of Bill Clinton and like he makes fun of politics. You know his name?
You're not talking about Bo Burnham, are you?
I don't know. Is he old?
No, he's a youngster, the Bo.
There's an
Oh,
old ass man that's done it for a long time that's famous.
let's see if I can find it. You
Joe
never heard of
Rogan.
you never heard of Bo Burnham?
Never heard of Bo Burnham.
Yeah, he's pretty cool. Whitney, our one of our friends, Whitney loved him, and he's the guy that got his start on YouTube, just making YouTube videos and type
Is
it.
that why?
Check him out later if you.
Is that why you keep dragging me through the mud making them?
Oh yeah. I don't know
Hey,
if I'm gonna be able to find
a lot
this
of
on
people
such a
got that start. Yeah. This guy's not.
Bo
That's what we used to
Burnham.
hear Rob and I when we would call back to our producer, aka Fungus. Yo, pull this. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to find this on such short notice.
That guy from the league, Nacho. His name's John Lajoie.
Yes.
He
Know him
got
well.
his yeah, he got his start on just doing comedy videos, like low budget comedy videos on YouTube. He's
Something we
pretty
got in
funny
common.
though. You ever
Yeah,
heard of
for
Reggie
sure.
Watts?
No.
He's pretty funny. He was he was like the musical guy on fuck, man. You ever heard of Comedy Bang Bang?
Yes.
So he was the band leader on that.
Okay.
He's got big puffy hair. He's an African American dude.
Quest.
Here, I'll show you a picture of him. I forgot that I can share. Comedy Bang Bang, baby. Actually, check this guy out because I feel like he does a lot of
Oh
improv. He'll
yeah, I've
just
seen
go off
him.
on tangent. Yeah, he's funny as hell.
Gordon Levitt.
Here's that John guy I was talking about. Old Nacho.
Fuck everything.
Oh, Nacho. Yeah, I haven't even heard of Rachel Bloom. There's not even a picture of Bo Burnham.
Dude, that looks like a young Jim Carrey, Trevor Moore.
Yeah, I feel like I have heard of him, but maybe not. In today's world, there's probably so much on YouTube that's the comedy. Maybe we
It
should
is.
start.
There
We
was
should
that
start
COVID
looking at.
19 song that came out from that Detroit rapper, and everyone's been in my ear at work and play that. I said, I'm not making a light of it. I said, it's just so stupid. I don't want to fall into that. I like making fun of current events, but not the Boston Marathon bomber and not something that's killing people and overfilling hospitals and is up in the air of how vicious it can be. So
Yeah, yeah. There's a
when we
thin line you got to walk before you become just offensive,
when we did
and that's not
Skin
what
Mitt,
we're out to do.
well, when we filmed Skin Mitt, and then people now see us in nurse and masks and stuff, they say, "Dude, why don't you run one with that costume for?" I said, "I don't. I didn't want to tell you to do that, nor did I want to do that. So I said nothing till now."
Right. Yeah, Jimmy Fallon did a bunch of comedy stuff. He's a
Oh
musician at
yeah,
heart.
Elias is a wrestler in WWE. Well, I can't watch it anymore. The product is poo poo. Uh, he's
He loves that
he,
wrestling, ladies and
he's a
gentlemen.
guitar player that would come out to the center of the ring and do songs on the crowd and shit, and just make fun of their sports team or make fun of them. And he's pretty good. He was funny. He would play a couple. You would make fun of it because the music was only like 7 different notes redone. Like it was easy guitar songs, but
Yeah,
that's
I
my
don't have a problem
style.
with that. Sandler's pretty much really basic guitar stuff, blues or the 1-4-5 chord progression.
I always liked when he would come on Saturday Night Live, but when he would do the news part of it,
Yeah, love
he would
that.
he'd always do good songs on there too. They were always funny as hell.
So that
Crowd would
guy that
go,
that that guy we were talking about before is Stephen Lynch, not
okay.
Stephen Wright. Stephen Lynch. He's pretty funny and he's pretty graphic. Just a guy in an acoustic. So check him out. I'll send you something of his stuff. It's pretty graphic. Because he'll pop on my Pandora. I don't know if I have Lonely. Well, I definitely have Tenacious D. I might have Lonely Island too. But sometimes it'll get into a nice little groove of comedy music, and he pops on. And at first, I'm like, oh, I'm gonna skip it, but then he pulls you in with some of this graphic nature of this shit. It's pretty good, man.
To get in the mood today, I watched Pop Star. You've been
Love it.
talking about it lately, and I haven't seen it in a while. It
Yeah, that's
just
that's gold, baby.
ever since I was born, I knew it just opens the door and the baby's rocking it.
Yeah, we forgot to talk about Walk Hard. There's some
Yeah,
good comedy in that bad boy.
yeah, yep. Yeah, but Pop Star songs are great in that, and you can tell Sandberg had a huge thing. The Lonely Island had a huge thing with that.
Right.
That's probably produced from Lauren, huh?
I think so. They don't say anything about the Lonely Island in there.
They do get production They get
They
production
get
before
credit?
and after credits. Yeah,
Okay. Because the band isn't called Lonely Island in the movie. What is it? It's the Something Boys or
the Style
the
Boys.
Style Boys, dude. Dip, 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 dip. He's got ever. They got all. That's what you do with the connection,
I'm
man.
gonna be a Style Boy for life. The
Yeah.
following week, I left the Style Boys.
Cause I'm so humble. Fred Armisen's actually a musician. I think he was
Yes,
a
yeah.
musician before a comedian.
Portlandia.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's
That's a
funny.
pretty good show. Some of the
Great
stuff
show.
that like I don't cry laugh at, but I recognize how unique it is. I like that kind of humor that just thinks outside the box.
Yep, Human Giant Style.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Human Giant's more up my alley, but Portlandia I like because it's more subdued.
yeah, Human Giant was fucking great. I
Yeah.
used to watch The State. Did you ever used to watch that on MTV?
Yeah, that's a Canadian comedy group, isn't it?
Oh, they're great. You know who he is? He ends up being the guy in Superbad that's real high pitched that hits his car or hits them. He hits them with the car in the
Uh-huh.
parking lot, and he's like, "Come to a party with me, guys."
Yeah, that
That
guy's
dude's
all over
from
TV and movie
yeah,
now.
yeah. He's from The State. The State was fucking dude. Way ahead of his time. I used to love The State because I'm gonna dip my balls in it.
Oh yeah, have you ever heard of the Whitest Kids Ever or whatever? I don't know if that's
Yeah, I tried. I don't know. They weren't as good as the other crews to me. I don't know what it was about them. They annoyed me.
yeah. Michael Ian Black was a part of the State.
Correct. Yeah, Michael Ian Black. Um,
It's like the people that made the Wet Hot American Summer. There's a bunch of them in that movie.
yeah, yeah, but they were fucking awesome on the state. The writing was fucking great.
What was that skit comedy show that was from Canada? It's older. Fuck. It's got the guy that was in News Radio in it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And it was kind of like the state. That's who you were thinking of with the
That's what
state.
I was thinking of.
Yeah,
I
don't
like
know.
that show too. Fuck.
Yep, I know who you're talking about though.
Do your research, ladies and gentlemen.
Well, we didn't come on for best comedic
That's true.
script
Skit comedy
shows.
show.
Yeah, skit comedy show, you know. So tomorrow night, folks, tune in for top
Best
skit
comedy
comedy
skit
shows.
show.
Yeah.
Maybe
Let's
Hogan will
do
do
that.
his research. Yeah, I'd like to do that.
Let's
Maybe
do
we can
that.
get Colleen
Top
on.
skit. Colleen or someone who else knows. Get Danny or someone that knows comedy.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, why stretch out a turd if we're gonna be fucking if we got our guys? So what's your top three? I'll say Tenacious D, Lonely Island, and let me think about my last one.
Well, I'm on page with those two, and I think Sandler's on there as well.
Yeah, you got to respect the founding fathers, that's for sure.
Well, there was 2 or 3 CDs he put out before he went into the movies, or even right after Gilmore and them. He kind of got his adult juices out that way after Happy Gilmore and that when the more kids PG-13. Then he went right back to R-rated CDs. So um,
Billy
he,
Madison has got that song in it.
he's correct. He's bigger, and over the years with SNL, that being one of his big shticks, is he's bigger than you're giving him credit. I think right now, but definitely. I think he's my top. He's the CD I've listened to the most, even though I haven't listened to it in 15 years. So
Yeah.
nostalgia has been probably the ongoing theme of my week with these podcasts because way more, 95% of my decisions on who my top guys are, it's been nostalgic picks, not necessarily who's top in the charts right now. So.
Well, yeah, that's a good thing to base it on is who's your influence. We forgot about one guy, and here he is. He might be a little too old for us, but old banjo master himself.
Steve Martin. Okay. All right.
But nothing pops out to me. I don't even know what kind of songs he does. I know he incorporates the banjo into his live show, but
Never went down to Georgia.
see, like Lonely Island, I'll actually that's why it's so good is because the song's good too. There's comedy in it, but the song is good. Same thing with Tenacious D. I listen to their music to yes laugh, but I also listen to it because it's a fucking good song. So you need both those elements. And I think Not to blow any smoke up our asses, but we try and do that at least.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, and it might be smoke. If you hate us, it's smoke. If you like the beats, then it's not smoke. So that's how
If
that
you like,
works.
yeah. Wow, it got really dark in here all of a sudden.
Yeah.
Dip, 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 dip. Let's see if I can.
the
There it
the
is.
the Lost Boys.
Yeah. Well, we'll leave the Corys out of it today, but you got any words of wisdom to wrap this bad boy up?
Stay in. When you run out of options, there's so much to watch right now. I find myself not even watching my own podcast. So when you run out of
Yeah.
options, we'll be here to fall asleep too. So enjoy the night, stay safe, stay inside, and you know how it goes. Neuter all your cats. Or
Yeah.
what did my man used to say on fuck, that's in Happy Gilmore? The
You
price
lost
is
me, bro.
wrong, bitch.
Yeah. Hit that subscribe button, tickle
Make
that
sure
like button.
neuter all your pets.
Oh, yeah. Make sure your pets are spayed and neutered.
Bobby Barker.
Yeah, the cats.
All right, buddy. Let's do something tomorrow. Wish you played video games. You could jump on, but we're getting on Twitch here soon. I'm going to be doing World War Z tonight. All right. I downloaded a new game, Gears of War 5. I downloaded a new game, and then we'll have Apex, and we'll have Modern Warfare Warzone coming at you. I'm playing 4 games tonight. I'm going to be up till 4 a.m. gaming, and check us out on Twitch, Fat Earth Comedy, all one word. It's fucking stupid.
Stay inside, stay healthy, stay funny. Peace.